Hi everyone, my name is Karen, and this year myself and two other friends ran the 2023 New York City Marathon. So I wanted to give you a little bit of a recap, but before I can give you a recap, I have to explain to you how we got to running the New York City Marathon. So there was an obsession, a culprit that has a following trend throughout of the pictures and the videos that I'm going to share with you later. And then you throw in a willing running friend and a client and friend that was going to go as a spectator, but the culprit made her decide to go as a runner. And all three of us just had an amazing time. So leading up to the marathon, I did a lot of treadmill work. Disclaimer, I'm not a blogger, vlogger, or YouTuber. So I just thought it'd be nice to give you a fun video to show you the actual day. So I don't have any documentary of me leading up to the race. I'll put some pictures in of us and the culprit, and maybe some of the rainy running days we've had. But I actually just wanted to share the actual day with you guys. So a lot of my running was done on the treadmill for no specific reason. We're in South Africa, so our weather's our climate's pretty mild. October, November, or leading up to it, we didn't have specific, except on weekends, we didn't have specific weather, extreme weather like rain or heat or anything like that. So it was just convenient. I have a treadmill in my training studio, so it was just convenient to pop on and do the sessions. So I did a lot of running on the treadmill. And with that, I YouTubed a lot, because even though the New York City Marathon would not be my first marathon, it would be my first major. So a lot of my time was spent looking at YouTube videos from other runners that have completed previous years. You might have done the distance, but you are not familiar with the unknown. So that was quite overwhelming for me, and obviously it passed the time quite a bit. So I watched a lot of YouTube videos on runners actually taking part, their training days leading up to it, the morning of, because in South Africa we run quite early. I knew it was going to be a long day before we started. My start time was only at 10:20. So in South Africa, we'd start a marathon at 5:30 in the morning. I knew I needed to know sort of what to expect leading up to the time of starting. So I lost a lot of videos, and I have to give Eric from Dirty Old Sneakers a like and a thank you, because his videos were extremely informative and just cool to watch, because you can see exactly, he's done the marathon before, he gives you a run through, and it was really nice to help me sort of understand the day. Like I said, I've done a few marathons. It wasn't the distance, it was more the time and the unknown. So with that, I just wanted to give some valuable feedback, what I've learned, what maybe still lies as an anxious point in your race for next year, if you haven't done a major or you haven't done something to the extent of that, such a long day. It really is, like Eric says, and a lot of other people say, it really is a hurry up and wait. So we woke up quite early, I think 4:30, because we had to leave the hotel 6. We were lucky enough to have our own bus, which was really convenient. I know a lot of people say take the ferry, but we had our own transport, which was great, because all we had to do was worry about putting food in our stomach and getting on a bus and being transported. So it really is a hurry up and wait scenario. You get to the start village. I was nervous that I wouldn't know where to go. The start village is huge. I'll put some pictures up. I might have some videos. The starting village is huge, but there are an amazing team of volunteers, huge signboards. So you really won't worry about, you don't need to worry about where you're going. You'll know exactly where to go. So it really is a hurry up and wait scenario. Like they said, you get there, I think it took us like an hour to get there. So we got there just after 7, and then we sat and waited. So maybe a tip is to take, we took a tablecloth was plastic with lining. The weather was mild, so we're quite fortunate that we didn't have to worry about extreme weather. But we took that to sit on. I forgot mine in South Africa, but my willing and able friend that was the non-runner, she got it right and she took hers with, so we all shared. And then we just took I took a change of a warm top that I could just discard of, and another base layer that I knew I could just tie around my waist, and I've run with it so many times before that I knew it wouldn't bother me. Because by the time I started, I actually had to take my top off and I wrapped it underneath my running vest. So yeah, the starting place it's big. There's a lot of people. It's such an amazing experience. I was very fortunate to share with friends, so I wasn't alone. But the volunteers are super friendly, and there's no ways you can get lost, or you won't make your pen, or you don't have to stress about that. We did stand in a very, very long line for Dunkin' Donuts coffee, but at that time of the morning, you will stand in line for coffee. So we stood in the line, got our coffee. Was super sweet, but which I'm not used to, but it was delicious and did the trick. And we hurry up and waited, and we sat down and waited for our starting pens. I was the first to go off, then my other friend, and then our last friend. So we're in complete different waves, but we all started on top of the bridge, which, let me tell you, is a hill. So the one thing I learned about the New York City Marathon is it's hilly. A lot of people have said it's hilly, and in your mind you think, oh no, it can't be that hilly. It's hilly. For 42.2 kilometers, it's hilly. Maybe not an incline all the way up, but it's continuous running up and down. And the bridges were surprisingly hillier than I thought. So just make a mental prep that it's hillier than you're going to anticipate. But they also called it the biggest block party. And I couldn't really understand that, because they're 42.2 kilometers, they call it the biggest block party. And to my videos is the testament that it is a block party. There is not an inch of the course that there aren't supporters. Even in I think it's the Jewish town or the Jewish part of New York, there are people on the course. They might not be screaming and shouting like the rest of the course, but it's a little bit quieter, so anticipate that. But to be quite honest, you're on such a high that if you just carry on through that quickly, you're going to get back to the amazing block party. So I didn't believe it, but I'm going to promise you my videos are going to be testament that every inch is covered with people screaming and shouting and just loving the day. It is absolutely amazing. And here's my little baby that I got right at the end. It was an amazing day. The weather was sort of hot. The time I ran, I didn't realize that New York wasn't a personal best course or PR course. Not that I was going for one, but all the prep and the lead up to the race, I knew I was well prepared to have a good day. So that was my biggest thing, is I just wanted to have a good day. And I actually decided I was going to document every borough. I might have confused them somewhere along the line, but I did try and document every borough and every person screaming and every person shouting and people just handing you out waters and bananas. People are just absolutely incredible. They live for this day. So yeah, the culprit, the obsession, the culprit, and the friends. I'm going to put some pictures up of that and take you through the day. But all in all, it really is an incredible day. I promised myself that I wouldn't run myself into smithereens to get a personal best. I promised myself that I would enjoy the day. And that's exactly what I did. I did get a personal best. I cannot tell a lie. But that, I think I was just feeding off the immense crowd energy. You cannot describe this to anyone. And because we're from South Africa, we ran a little South African vests. So we had just won the Rugby World Cup the previous weekend. There was a lot of crowd support. If you had a top on with your name or a country, people they come out and they come to support. So maybe a little note is print your name on your shirt or run in your country's flag. Or, I saw some crazy things, guys putting names across their chest, and our friend printed her name on, and it really does help because people identify with you and they scream for you, and it feels like they're screaming just for you. So a lot of the times I ran either to the far left or the far right, because that's obviously where the crowd support was. And I promise you, I think all my videos, I'm screaming and laughing and just having the most amazing time. So I'm gonna put a little video together with some photos of the lead up to and from. I don't have any videos with my training because I never anticipated making a video, but I really wanted to just make a nice light-hearted video for hopefully someone running on the treadmill and also needing some inspiration or advice or just something to listen to and just to see the course, because that's pretty amazing. I loved being able to see the course and actually relive it doing it myself. So I'm going to put some pictures up of the obsession, where it started, the culprit that makes their appearance in our photos a lot, and then the running friends. So please enjoy. I am planning on doing comrades next year, so maybe I will make another video on that. But like I said, disclaimer, I'm not a YouTuber. I just wanted to make something really nice and light-hearted, and I happen to document every borough. So enjoy, and this is my marathon experience from the 2020 New York City Marathon, and you get a nice, big, beautiful medal right at the end. Enjoy.
Explore the world in your way. Create memories that you won't forget. You only live once, so don't waste your time. Please don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Take a risk, go outside. Travel till you can't no more. In your way, you will find your inner naked soul.
Smile, cow dogs and K-dogs.
I corridoi assegnati a recinti di partenza diversi possono
So much love, so much support along the way. Again, it is a sea of humanity, to quote my good friend.
Explore the world in your way. Create memories that you won't forget. You only live once, so don't waste your time.
We have made it to Brooklyn! This is Brooklyn. It is electrifying. But we are 18 K's in my house, don't ask me. I don't know. Are we doing it? I made it to Queen! Woo! I don't think I've ever moved so much when I run. Is it not a nice dance?
And this is
King's region in Mars, yeah? And catch a photo. Let's see if I can find them.
Sorry, you want these?
The Bronx. Same place to go. And we're home.
And this is when the
Last borough. So that means so close. So close. That's the final stretch. Continuing to the park.